You want to talk about friends?
I want to talk about furries. They're blowing up on Twitter right now. Furry suits are literally like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Like they're so freaking expensive that most people that are furries, they make six figures. One of the creators of the Pfizer vaccine, furry.
Episode voice crack.
What is up, you guys?
Episode 5 of EXFactor. We're back, third week in a row.
We're being consistent. We're being good.
And it's very late right now. What time is it? At least 9:15.
Okay, yeah, no, it's late.
We just painted a fence with our friends. It was fun.
Yeah.
We had pizza, drinks. No drinks actually.
No, we didn't have drinks.
Wow,
Holy shit. We're gonna have
concept.
drinks right now though. But.
Yeah, that streak's about to end right now. We got drink of the week. We got Buzz Balls.
Yes, our espresso martini.
I haven't had this flavor before. I've had these a while ago, but not this flavor. So let's do it.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
I actually really like that.
It's very espresso-y for sure, but it's good.
I love that. That's really good. And
these are 15%. We have two of them. Our next flavor is Choco Chiller and lime
Rita. I refuse to get Choco Chiller because I know it's going to taste like a White Russian, which is literally milk, and I don't want to drink alcohol with milk. So
I love dessert drinks. I love it.
I know it's weird, but
anyways, all right. So last night.
Yes.
You just got back from a trip from Maine.
I did. I went and visited my friend Emily out in Bar Harbor, which is Acadia National Park. So it was really cool. But yeah, my flight got delayed by like 2.5 hours. So I got in really late. And if you recall in last episode, we were talking about, or was it the first episode? I don't remember. We were talking about how like I did you a favor, called roommate or whatever. Yeah, I had to call roommate on Xander last night and be like, come pick me up. I know it's gonna be super late.
So it was 1 a.m. And then Sanford Airport, which is like 35 minutes away from us, like super far, small airport. That's the only airport that goes to Maine, I guess.
Bangor, Maine. It's the only one that flies to Bangor. Okay. Seriously. Or for a reasonable price. I don't know.
So I pick you up. We are on the way back home, and you sound tired. Like you're talking quieter.
The slurring is because I had a double Tito's. Double Tito's with Fresca.
Not slurring, but you're just slower and you're just like kind of tired, whatever. Yeah. And you go, should we go to fuel?
Yeah. I sent fuel and on the echo fucking like the echo effect. Yeah. So just fuel all over Xander's screen. But yeah.
But that was a joke, obviously. But when you actually got in the car and then you said it, and I was like, we debated back and forth for a while.
We had to go get gas, and then all of a sudden I was like, okay, dude, but like we really should go to fuel. He's like, yeah, the GPS is set to fuel.
Yeah, I said it to fuel. So we showed up to fuel. 30-minute. Fuel is our favorite like Orlando local bar. And we pull up with like 30 minutes to spare before 2. Get a couple beers. We're just chilling. Then we go to Taco Bell and then back home. But it was just fun. It was on brand for us.
Yeah, we had to. We had to do it for the story. We had to do it for our brand, our reputation, really. Oh my God, the guy was. We were talking to one of our favorite bartenders there, and he's just talking about like something that happened, I guess, a few weeks ago, because we were just talking about how I knew the DJ and had met him before, and he was like, he doesn't really come here, but he was here 3 weeks ago. He was like, yeah, Xander wasn't here though, so I know you weren't. I was like, what the fuck? I do things. Like I go to fuel alone sometimes.
Yeah, so it was a good time, whatever. Little spontaneous night.
Yeah, it was fun.
But I want to say something real quick. So last week on the podcast,
oh my fucking God.
You did this little bit where you said why I wouldn't survive in the apocalypse.
Correct.
And see, me personally, I have faith in my friends. I hype them up. I'm like, you know what? So I think you would survive in the zombie apocalypse. And I wrote down reasons why you would definitely survive.
So, you told me we couldn't talk about Last of Us in this freaking episode.
No, listen, I had to respond.
Oh God.
So the first reason that Elena would definitely survive in the zombie apocalypse is because zombies have to smell humans, right? So she smells and looks like them. So she would not... the zombies just would one of us, and keep moving forward. Secondly, in the zombie apocalypse, she would definitely survive because she's unpredictable. She's really good at canceling plans. You never know.
I'm not fucking flaky. No.
You never know her next move, which is really good in the zombie apocalypse. Killer. The next one is, listen, in the zombie apocalypse, you have to be very resourceful. You have to have, sometimes you're going to be out in the nature, out in the woods. You might not have access to shoes, and it's fine because you already don't have toenails.
Oh my God. That's not
she's prepared. You don't have toenails.
I have toenails right now. I wore socks because I didn't want people to see the paint on my feet, but I can show that I have toenails right now. And also, funny that you don't tell me that you're going to clap back. You know I'm terrible at comebacks. So like, I have nothing for you right now.
No, that was my comeback. You already came at me, which was good. It was a good bit.
It was a good
But I
bit.
really think you would survive.
I would survive.
I know, for those reasons.
I'm making you an optometrist appointment as soon as we're on this call.
Anyways, not next week, in a week and a half, we're going to New York.
Yes, I'm so freaking excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
We haven't been there in a minute.
I know, but guess what we're going for? Again.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, exactly. St. Patrick's Day. We're going to be there again. I don't know when they
after,
do.
But
I think they might like
they do stuff. Yeah.
They do that on the Saturday because like who's going to do a parade on the Friday?
Yeah.
They're going to do it on Saturday, which like if you got, well, I don't know why you guys would know, but we went to New York a few years ago for St. Patrick's Day. It was one of the most fun, definitely like illegally underage drinking. We were definitely kids, but
it's like the whole conversation.
Yeah, you're kind of like, no, but we went like 3 years ago or whatever. And
that was one of the most fun times I had because we weren't able to get in anywhere because we weren't
like
21. But we did like, did we like take shots or something like that?
We did. We had a few buzz balls. No, just kidding.
I was like, no way. I don't remember that part.
No, we had, I don't know how we acquired alcohol. But we did.
Whatever it was. And we were taking, we're in the hotel room or whatever, taking
Yeah.
shots. And then we couldn't go anywhere. So we literally just rode the subway around New
We
York.
had two friends that we were with and they were able to get into places, but we couldn't. And so they still fucking went, which first of all, what?
they went into some random bars.
They left us. And we just kept riding through the subway back and forth, like a downtown, uptown. Dude, I don't even know where we were.
At one point, my favorite part was we met this couple.
Yeah.
And we were like, and he was like very like Scottish. Like he had a very thick accent. I don't know where he was from. He was
Maybe
like,
Irish, bro. Come on.
Yeah, no, St. Patrick's Day. He's definitely Irish. That makes
sense to me.
Yeah. Anyways, so we asked him, we're like, hey, we're trying to get to da da da. Can you tell us? And he's like, well, I'm not really from here either, but I think you go on this train, whatever.
Yeah.
Then like I feel like an hour later, we're like 3 trains later, we get on another train, we see him again, and he's like, fancy seeing you here.
I don't remember if we hung out with them, but I have this feeling we did. We ended up in like the World Trade Center, the new one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Don't recall any of that. Don't know why we were in there. Does it ever close?
But we're going to New York in a couple weeks again. Yeah. We used to go every single spring break.
We did.
For like 3 spring breaks in a row. But the reason we're going is because I'm doing a talk at our friend's studio. She's hosting an event, and
her studio is really cool, by the way. I can't wait to see it.
I'm so excited. I just want to get inspired and motivated.
So
and like,
brilliant for that.
She's killing it. She has employees. She has like 4 or 5 employees.
That's so
like
cool.
Event coordinator, all these things. And I want to get inspired, but I'm speaking at the event. It's like a 2-hour event, and I'm the only speaker. And I've been like,
am I invited?
Yes.
Can I come into the event? We never discussed this.
No, I think the speaker should get a +1 for sure.
Okay,
you'll be good. But I've been writing this. I'm doing a talk on time budgeting for creatives, and while I'm doing this talk, I don't have all my like life together. Right? There's a lot of things that I don't have, and as I'm writing, I'm getting like increasingly more imposter syndrome.
Are you feeling a little guilty?
I'm feeling guilty. And also it's like, dude, I'm about to be talking in front of all these creatives, very creative people killing it in the game, doing their thing about time budgeting. And like, they're doing the same thing I'm doing. So like, it's just very like what they probably know more than I do. You know what I mean?
Imposter syndrome's so shitty to overcome. But like, you have to realize that like when you are on your grind, like you're very, very successful. So you do know what you're talking about. Like you've grown your TikTok account to how much, like all this stuff. So you got like, it's very easy for me to look at you and be like, you got to put that like to the side. Imposter syndrome. It's just imposter syndrome. But like I have it all the time. So it helps, but it doesn't help.
I think everyone has it, right? And so I was listening to a podcast recently about these reality show stars, and and you know, reality show stars go through a lot of interview processes, auditions, and like they have to pick really outgoing, crazy, wild people for the show. Yeah. So you would think these people are like so like almost like a little cocky. No, like in the interview they were like, I was nervous on set, like walking up in front of all these girls.
I mean, it totally like it hits me all the time too, and like when I was working on, I helped produce this like event during COVID, for like, it was a Halloween event. So it was like a haunted drive-through like situation. And like, I was in charge of so many people, and I'm so young, and like, obviously I didn't know what I was doing. I've never done anything like that, like theater, also like all this stuff. And I realized like one of, the creative director, he looked at me and he said, Elena, he's like, everybody here just like figures shit out as it's happening. Like we're all faking it. Like nobody here, like we're all faking it. That was the best advice I've ever been given, because then I started like paying attention, like at work, like I feel so unqualified to be there, but did you not record?
I was checking.
You give me a heart attack. Did you hit record?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
I'm sweating now. Too. Oh my freaking, but I didn't count with you. That's why I feel off. Anyway. Yeah. Excuse us. No, the creative director, he told me like, and during work, like I think about it all the time, and I try to pick up when other people like subtly let in that they have like imposter syndrome. Like my manager, he's brilliant. He's so smart. Like one of the smartest people I know. And so there's like some times where he's just like, oh, like, I don't know how to do that or something. And he'll say it. And I'm like, that's so crazy. Cause like I have full confidence in you. And like, you think that you don't know what you're doing, but I know that you know what you're doing. So then I try to like tell myself that I know. I have to like coach myself a lot in work, because I get imposter syndrome so freaking heavy. Like, yeah. They told me I had a meeting once with the dean of, because I majored in computer science, and I graduated my computer science degree like 2 years ago. And I felt like I was so dumb. I felt like I knew nothing. And I met with like the dean of the computer science like college at UCF, and he basically was just like, I see this all the time, especially in women, like in the field. He's like, you're good, basically. And it just like felt very validating to hear that like it wasn't just me that thought I was like completely unqualified.
Right. I mean, the fact that you went through like computer science, you got a degree, and now you went through like what's it called, like tests to get your job?
Technical interviews.
Right? The fact that you went through that,
like, all that stuff. I know, but I still will sit there and be like, no, I have no idea what I'm doing.
100%. And I feel the same thing with me. Like TikTok, I do it for a full-time living. I have 1.8 million, but like when people like it's happened like maybe 2 or 3 times where people even like will recognize me. I get embarrassed that they're recognizing me.
No.
I'm like, no, like I'm not.
Don't look at me. I'm not worthy of this. No, but again, like it really does happen to like everybody. And the thing that helped me the most was that everybody's faking it. Every single person, you just have to fake it, and then like eventually you figure it out. By the time I was done with that like production, I knew so much. I was totally fine, but I literally took realizing that like nobody else knows what they're doing either. So it's like not like I don't know. It was just,
dude, I was something I think about the buzzball.
Yeah, no, I'm like, dude, spit it out.
Something I think about all the time is at Wing Shack, like years ago, this band that we loved that was like a midlife crisis.
We were midlife crisis groupies. We were the only people under the age of like 50 there, and we were there. Yeah, we had their merch.
We had their merch, and like we
should tag them in this.
Well, I wonder what they're doing now.
Yeah, shout out Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn. So Glenn is a bass player, right? And he came up to you, and he was, where did he work?
Redact that. We don't need to say where he worked.
He was in the computer science world, right?
Yeah, and he was a software engineer, I think.
Right. So he told you, I remember specifically one night he was like, because you were talking about getting into the industry and like trying to get a job.
Yeah, I had just graduated. So.
And what he said was, he was like, you ever play cards? And you're like, yeah. He's like, when you're playing cards, you have the cards here. You don't let anyone else see your cards. And then that's the same thing when you're applying for a job. Don't let them see your cards, and you know, poker face, like you know what you're doing. He
said, do not let them know what you don't know until after you have the job.
And it's too late after that,
100%. No, and he's absolutely right. When I got my first job, I hope nobody's listening to this. Dude, I faked everything, and it wasn't a technical interview. I happened to get because I had a degree, they didn't give me a technical interview. I literally faked everything. Like I have no idea how I got that job. I mean, I was very confident in the interview process, and like I had the degree, but I had no idea what I was doing. And I spent a lot of late nights figuring it out, like up till 3 a.m., like doing stuff that like now when I think back, I'm like, oh, what is wrong with you? Like it was just totally wrong, and you just spent like I was spending hours and hours and hours on it. Like, and now I could do it in a like second. Right. But yeah.
So something I want to talk, it's like, I want to do an exercise. And I want like the viewers to do it as well. So what is something, think about something, because a lot of times you think about what you don't know. Oh, this person's better than me. I don't know this. Yeah. Da, da, da. I want to do the opposite. I want to think about what you do know super well that you wouldn't have imposter syndrome doing. And I have something for you that I thought of immediately when I thought about this exercise. Can you think of like anything in your life that you like or in the past, I would say like, let's say 5 years, 6 years, where you're like, when I did that, or maybe it's something that you talk about. That's not what I'm thinking about, but something.
And
by the way, I want everyone like watching to think about that too. Like, what in your life that you're like, wait, I did do this that one time, or I was involved in this, or maybe it was a job, or maybe it was a class that you had that you were like, I could literally, no imposter syndrome. Like, I am the syndrome.
This is such a, I am syndrome. This is such a like empowering idea. I don't know.
I'm just going to say it, what I think right off the bat.
Okay. And I'll tell you if I was right. I mean, I have an idea, but you go.
What
I was just going to say marching band.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Why are you downplaying it? 100%.
Yeah, marching band. I don't know. I just like, there's no like music in general. Like I just, I knew the thing that I also really liked is I knew what I didn't know, if that makes sense. And like that really empowers you too, because, and I had to get to that, step with computer science as well. And I'm getting there. Like I know what I don't know. And that kind of, it does like empower you. Cause in the beginning, I don't even know what I don't know. Like it was so scary, but
that's scary when you don't know
like,
what you don't know.
I have no idea like what is left to learn. No, marching band. Yeah. I mean like music and marching in general and just teaching. I think teaching, which I guess that's not really one subject, but
well, because you were a swim.
I was a swim teacher. My first job ever. Most of the jobs I've had have been in teaching. So I started my first job ever when I was 16. I worked at Mathnasium. I was a math tutor, and then which totally like I felt so unqualified. I was teaching like college kids calculus. What the fuck? But yeah, and then I taught swim teaching. I was a WSI, Red Cross certified. And I taught like babies from 6 months. The oldest person I taught was like 60 something how to swim. So just teaching in general. But yeah, marching band is
marching band's
like,
huge.
That I walked in so confident because I knew there was nothing.
Yeah. So you said music all around. For me, not so much from the music part. I knew how to fake it really, really well. Like I could run sectionals.
Dude, you made all county. Come on.
Yeah. Well, playing. I'm talking about teaching.
Oh yeah.
I had when I was in front of woodwinds teaching like all of them. Yeah. I had like I was like I should not be here.
I will say for general ensemble stuff, like I also faked it. Like I knew certain things, but like not enough. When you see people that actually study it and like know what they're doing, no, dude, I was totally faking it.
That is true. Like ensemble, because when I would coach like just the clarinets and like, just like run through like a few bars, like maybe that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When I was coaching the flutes, I was like, do this. I know this.
Interesting. But as far as like for myself, like fundamentals, marching fundamentals, and anything like that, like I could be out there for 10 hours and I would know. Obviously, like I'm humble enough to know that there's people that do it better than me.
Of course.
In the moment, I'm like, I'm the best person at this right now.
No, I feel the same way. And like, I feel like that actually helps you. Like people think that like you need to be humble with everything. And I'm not saying you need to be arrogant, but you need to be confident because like you have to be confident when you teach somebody else and you have to be confident in what you do. Like it just like elevates it to a different level. But yeah, teaching fundamentals, teaching. And also the thing that like you do really well is like the motivation of like, giving people a sense of purpose as to why they're there. I think that's like that you can't fake. Like there's no faking that. So that is something that you do really well.
Wow, that's crazy. I appreciate it. Something else that I thought of was that recently, like editing. I've been editing for like you ready for the next one?
I am.
Try the Lamorita. So I always thought, and for editing, I know for a fact, like there are so many better editors than I am. But something that I've like come across a lot recently is when people watch me edit. How is
really
it?
Fucking good.
Is
I
it?
picked really good flavors.
Oh,
I know what you're doing over there.
I'm chilling.
You need to try this one.
Okay, I'll try.
Lamorita's really good.
First of all, I just put it up to my mouth and I smelled it.
I was gonna say it didn't even touch your fucking tongue.
No, I literally like when it was here, I smelled it.
It smells delicious,
Holy
right? Fire. I knew you were going to like Lamorita and you didn't want it. I knew you were going to like it.
Dude, that is really freaking good. That's exactly how I expected it to taste until I read the title. Lamorita. I thought it was going to be like margarita-y. No, that's delicious. It's not, is it?
It wants to be margarita-y, but it's not. I get it. I get what you're saying.
It's very sweet, but
yeah.
Okay, so editing. I know there's like a billion better editors than I am, than me, but not recently, I would say like the past couple of years, whenever someone that doesn't edit watches me edit, they're always like, you are so fast at this. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah. And I was like, oh, really? Like the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, but now like so many people have said that to me and I'm like, oh, maybe I am good at this thing.
I think that it's hard. I think you're your worst critic, right? So like, and it's hard until you get like an outsider's perspective to be like, oh, I actually am good at this. There's always gonna be people that are better.
Right. Always.
Like, I got this literal validation this past weekend when I was helping our friend Kevin, like with this like coding thing. And I was like coding. It was like easy to me, but not even a few months ago it wouldn't have been. And I was doing it so fast, and he was just like, oh my God. He's like, that was good. That was really cool. And I was like, dude, this is like literally nothing. Like, but it felt really cool to see how far I've come.
It's really, I just thought of this too. You see it all the time at the gym specifically. Yeah. Like, dude, you feel so good about what you're lifting, and always you look around and there's someone lifting like twice as much as you. Yeah. It's always, because like you said, there's always going to be someone better than you. Yeah. And it really, and especially with online right now, like all my Instagram is just filled with gym videos, and there's people benching like freaking 405 pounds, like all this stuff. And I'm like,
yeah. But two things. First of all, think about what past you would have said looking at you now
100%
and been like, oh my God, you're like a god.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is, instead of using it as like like how much I suck, use it as a motivation for like, okay, like I want to strive to be like that good.
Right. I saw a TikTok recently that said the thief to happiness is comparison.
Yeah. I know, so it's true. I mean, I think like for me, I'm really competitive. So comparing. Okay. Okay. Buzzball number 2. For me, comparison is like motivation. And as long as I like don't get stuck in that, like it does motivate me. Like I know I have very clear goals of where I want to go. My problem is I'm being lazy right now. But like through starting this podcast, like I know where I want to grow this podcast. I know where I want it to go. And so like just the consistency, that's another thing that I have to teach myself is like, motivation doesn't come from, like, you don't just get motivation. Like discipline and consistency, like they breed motivation. They make motivation happen. So
that's literally the talk that I'm doing in New York is just about motivation and discipline.
Yeah.
Because when no one is motivated all the time.
No.
You'll go through ups and downs. The most successful people in the world, they don't every single day get up and feel like working.
Yeah.
But they do it because they're disciplined.
Right.
So they work hand in hand. This is exactly the talk that I'm going to do in New York. But again,
tag me in, bro. Clearly I got something to say.
But again, the whole thing, it's like, yeah, but I'm not always disciplined. What gives me the right to talk about it? But I did,
dude, you're human, but yeah, 100%. I know what you mean.
But Kaylin did tell me something recently that like when I was talking about this imposter syndrome, she was like, no. And I say this I give this advice all the time to other people, but I couldn't think about it for myself.
It's different when it's you.
But she was like, yes, you're talking like there's some people that might do it better than you or do it differently than you, but there's no one that has like every experience that you have living your life. You've had millions of different experiences, all of which are different than other people have had.
Right.
So your voice is completely unique, completely different. I've been talking to some friends who do different art things like making music or crocheting or whatever. And my thing, what I always tell them, well, what I'm pitching to everyone right now is like digital downloads. I'm like, listen, make a tutorial and sell like a PDF.
Yeah.
Super cheap, $7, and like if 1,000 people buy it, that's a whole other rant.
I know what you mean.
But a lot of my friends, and I'm like, oh, but all that information, like crocheting I was talking to my friend who's really good at crocheting, and I was telling her to make this PDF, and she goes, all that information's on there for free, and plus people know way more than I do. And I'm like, yes, but no one has your exact voice. No one can say it and teach it how you do.
No one designs it the same way either. Like it's like all these things, like maybe there's something about yours that's special, and people will just bite. Like you never really know. You really know. Nobody is you. So you just really don't know.
100%. But I do want, so just to wrap up that conversation, I do want you guys to think about what is something that you do not feel imposter syndrome doing. And you're right. It's empowering.
Dude, I'm like, I'm gonna go home and write everything I like about myself. Like,
straight up.
No, it is empowering. It is very empowering.
Something we talked about last week, Chat GPT.
Yes.
Dude, I used it this week for, so real recap, if you didn't watch it, Chat GPT is an AI that basically you can search anything. You can ask it anything, advice.
Incredible.
Ask it how to code. You can ask it to fix grammar errors, to fix coding errors.
I saw a freaking, well, first of all, it was made for programmers, which is, I didn't realize. And I started using it like this past week. I used it for my code. It's freaking insane. Yeah. And I saw an article today. My dad sent it to me actually. Chat GPT can pass the United States medical license exam. it can just pass the fucking exam. Like it's just incredible. And like he was telling me, he was like, you need to like do something with it immediately. So I'm like, I'm going to this week, like I'm looking into the API. So it's like, how can I use ChatGPT in my own code basically? But you have to request like permission to use it basically. And so I'm gonna do it. I don't know what I'm gonna build with it, like, but I'm gonna find something because it's insane.
Yeah. So something I used it for this week, I wanted to write a TikTok script, and this is like for my TikTok scripts is like that is the longest because I have to film them and edit them and whatever. But the scripting, coming up with an idea and coming up with the exact shots that I want to use, just the pre-production of it takes so unnecessarily long, and it's just like because I do hours of research per TikTok to find a topic that I want that's interesting enough to make a TikTok about. And so I just want to read real quick what I wrote to it because this is literally insane. It is crazy. So I said, I make TikTok videos about psychology. Okay. Usually I write a 30-second script where I explain a psychological phenomenon and tried to trick the audience with it. Like to a computer, what does that mean? Like, you know what I mean?
But it's not, it's learned.
Right. So then I said, write me a short script that I can make a TikTok to. So this is what it spit out to me. It said, here's a 30-second script that you could use your TikTok video. So all I said was psychological phenomenon. Right. I didn't say what to write it about, whatever. It said, have you ever heard of the primacy effect? It's when we tend to remember the first information we receive better than the information that comes later. So I'm going to show you a list of 5 words, and I want you to remember as many words as you can. Ready? Okay, here they are. Apple, banana, cat, dog, elephant. Got it? Now I'm going to show you a second list of 5 words. Guitar, hat, igloo, juice, kite. I want you to remember as many of these words as you can. Got it? Okay, now without looking back, tell me which list had more animals. Was it the first or the second list? Trick question. Both lists had exactly 2 animals. That's the power of the primacy. Basically, it's the exact thing that I would make a TikTok about in the same voice. And it's like... No,
that's what I was going to ask you. Does it get your voice down? And I think it does.
Dude, this is exactly how I would type it. But the thing is, it did make a mistake. So I said, I complimented it. I said, I love that TikTok script that
You're like wrote. Aura talks to like Alexa and like Google, like they're people. So she goes, polite. Thank you. Like, please turn off. Thank you.
So I said, I love that script that you wrote. However, the list examples seem to be wrong. There are no animals mentioned in the second list. And it goes, I apologize for the mistake in my previous response. You are correct. The second list of the script I provided does not contain any animals. Here's a corrected version of the script with 2 lists that contain animals.
You just helped it get smarter. You just helped.
Yeah, 100%. And it gave me, the 2 lists, the second list has animals, bro. And then at the end it says, thank you for bringing this to my attention. And I hope this corrected the script. And I hope it's helpful for your TikTok video. Bro,
scary. But also,
these were separate days. I corrected it the next day.
Oh yeah, but it remembers the instance.
I know, but it's cool.
Sorry.
But it has to shoot you down. But just so you know, it has to be in that thread too, because you can make another thread. Yeah.
I know. Maybe. That's the instance. Anyway, so I was gonna say I did see this tweet that was like, it was a teacher, and they were just like, I just got my first essay like written by ChatGPT, and you could tell.
What?
Like,
you can tell?
Yeah, you can. Well. No, like you can't tell.
I'm sure if you copied and pasted it, maybe you could tell.
No. But like, your students, at what level they're capable of. There are things like I said last episode or whenever we talked about it, I was like, they're going to switch to basically like not, I think schools are going to switch to like not having homework.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You can pass calculus exams with this. You can pass any exam you want with ChatGPT. Right. So they're going to not have like homework anymore. No like take home tests, nothing like that. It's going to be in person, like kind of things. You can tell even by talking to your student, like you can tell what they're capable of. Right. So like they can, and it just, and also,
I don't know.
Come on. Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm not saying anything bad about it, but I'm like, there's a voice that all student, like people have.
Yeah, you can tell someone's voice for sure. Yeah.
Right. And like on top of it, like you just said, ChatGPT does still make mistakes. It is still learning. Like it's not gonna be perfect like in our lifetime. I don't think it's gonna take a while.
It's pretty dang close.
It is, but it's still not gonna like replace humans. Like it's not there yet. Hopefully it's never there. But anyway, no, it's freaking fascinating. I can't wait to like, I'm trying to figure out some type of project to do with it. Like what I can do.
This doesn't have anything to do with the project you can do, but just another instance of AI being used this is so crazy. So when you are recording yourself like for a vlog or for a YouTube video or whatever with audio, sometimes audio is like there's a lot of background noise,
Oh,
you can now they only have technology to eliminate it just a little bit, but it still messes with the quality. Dude, there's an AI that you can drag in your voice clip and Oh, now it's
Nasty.
my turn. And it'll hear the pitch of your voice, and it will replicate your voice, the same inflection, the same pitch,
Right.
the same everything as. Did I talk about this already on a pod? No, I don't think I did.
Did we just talk about it, or did you talk about it in the podcast?
I don't remember.
I think you talked about it in the podcast.
Oh,
Did we ever talk
that it
about
replicates your voice? No,
up
I
to
don't
the
think we
tone
did.
and inflection?
Yeah, I've been saying
I don't
inflection
know.
a lot
We hang out too
recently.
much, I think. I think that's a sign.
So, but basically, it'll replicate your voice.
Saying inflection a lot.
have been
What the fuck are you talking about?
But yeah, it can replicate your voice, and then it'll artificially create your voice,
Yeah.
and without the background noise. So it sounds perfectly. So you don't even need microphones anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is so cool. So there's a lot of uses that like we don't even know of right now.
Dude, my dad is so funny. My dad, the reason I figured out that like that chat GPT can pass the USMLE today was because he sent me this LinkedIn article. He has me and my sister in a LinkedIn group. It's funny as fuck. Family group chat on LinkedIn. Then he sends to our other family group chat. He's like, Elena, you need the chat GPT API now. He's like, make us money. I was like, what the
Dude.
He's right though. He's not wrong. But I was just like, good morning. I'm a little mad that you won't let me do my topics, but it's fine.
What topics? You want to talk about friends? You
I want to talk about furries. And he won't let me talk about furries.
What about
They're
furries?
blowing up on Twitter right now. People are defending furries for the first time ever. And I think it's because like people have just like gotten away from like the sexual, like the fetishization of them.
Something like that. Wait, so okay, definition of a furry. Like what
People
is
that
it?
dress up like fucking animals. You know a furry when you see one. They wear
I
tails.
know, but like I just like for people that don't know what is a furry.
Look up furries at your own risk. But basically they're blowing up on Twitter because like there's this one furry that's been like dancing to K-pop and like slays so freaking good. Like literally all you have to go is go into Twitter, look up furry, and this like furry will come up. It looks like a cat. I saw this tweet on Twitter and people were saying that like it was like, you know, people are hating on furries, but like that's your dentist in there basically. Like because furry suits are literally like $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. Like they're so freaking expensive that most people that are furries are freaking like they make six figures. They're your surgeons, they're your dentists, they're the freaking one of the creators of the Pfizer vaccine, furry. Like fully their Twitter profile is a picture of a furry.
Dude, I want to find an actual definition for real. Is it people that like to dress up as animals? Is that?
I think so. There's something through my research on Twitter. There's something called a new furry, and they're more like, I think they're like, it's this new era of like Chinese like furries, like Chinese people who are furries, and they're just kind of like.
Is it Chinese or Japanese?
It is Chinese. Okay. I did look this up.
Okay.
That's what Twitter said. So that's the extent of my research. But that's where it's like stemming from, new furries, and basically they're just like dancers and stuff. Like they're chilling. They're just like to hang out. Bro,
it says, okay, so
that's
furries,
the Western. That's the Western
no, it says
freaking.
furries are fans of anthropomorphic.
Correct.
Anthropomorphic
That's
animals.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yes. I understand that, but I'm just saying like they are.
Oh, these are animals with human characteristics like Mickey Mouse, Sonic the Hedgehog, and mini mascots for sports teams. Furries are part of a greater furry fandom. Besides referring to fans of furries are also the anthro characters themselves. Okay.
All I'm trying to say is furries get a lot of hate, which is fine. Like,
So,
or it's not fine.
It's not fine.
I sound like a furry sympathizer.
Yeah.
I'm an ally.
That's what you're doing. Yo, listen. But did it start off sexual or no?
I think it started off sexual, but I can't like speak on that. I'm not sure, but I know that's like the fetish is like the biggest part of why people like hate on furries. Mm-hmm. But right now, like I said, this is why I brought up dancing. It's like they're more just like being like cute in videos and stuff. Like the sexual part of it is like going away for the new furries.
Right.
So anyway, I don't know. This person slayed like this video. I watched.
You're just like watching furry TikToks on loop.
Yeah. I don't know why. I can't look away. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, but no, I just wanted to talk about that. I think
it would be a great piece of content to go to a furry convention. It would be great to do a like a
that's how it starts.
like an
You're sounding like a furry right now, bro. I just want to
like
try it.
Just for the content.
Just for the content.
No, I think that would be hilarious. We should totally not hilarious.
Not hilarious. We are allies.
Oh my, we actually should do that. But anyways,
I talked about furries. Thank you. Honestly, it's Xander's fault for giving me a fucking platform to just talk about anything. Now you guys have to hear it. Like,
yo,
we were painting the fence today and he's talking to me about something. I'm like, shut up. We got to discuss that on the pod. Like, stop talking to me.
We're not allowed to talk anymore.
Yeah, no, we can't hang out.
Can't discuss it. Say it on the pod.
Yeah.
But anyways, yo, you sent me a tweet about Mr. Beast and his chocolates. He said, Mr. Beast is a YouTuber. He has a chocolate bar and it's like killing the game. It's very healthy. It has like 4 ingredients. Hershey's bar has like 30 ingredients.
Right.
And this bar has 4 ingredients.
Right.
And so it's like healthier. And it's killing the game.
Right.
He did like a Willy Wonka that he first launched it to be like Willy Wonka because he had like a golden ticket and like a
That's
certain
actually
amount of
so funny because one of the tweets under it was like, bro thinks he's Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
I'm like, no, he's not even.
So,
yes, he's trying to be.
He built a whole chocolate factory for a video. So like, yeah, he is like he's next. He could be whatever he wants. He did Squid Games. He did Willy Wonka. Dude, Mr. Beast.
No,
is next
he's
level.
very, very impressive.
Yes.
No knocking on that.
But the tweet said what? Can you explain it?
It was like basically like, it was a picture of a Walmart like aisle with his like chocolate bars and they were just like thrown like kind of it was just messy
like a regular Walmart aisle.
Right, like it was fine. And basically he was just like, I'm hiring a team to like go around to Walmarts and like fix this, but like if you guys see it, like can you do me a favor and like fix it?
So he was asking his audience on Twitter to, if you see a messy Mr. Beast display, just fix it and clean it up. I think that is genius. It is literally genius of him. He
didn't say fix it, take a picture, post it.
Yeah.
I don't know. All of it, I was just like, when I read it, I was like, this is cringe.
On him?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did think it was cringe.
So you're with the majority on Twitter.
It was just it was a weird thing to say, dude. I was like, chill out.
No.
Like,
So that was the consensus of all the replies.
and I want you to know that I thought that before I read the replies. Like that was my initial reaction. My initial reaction was like, what the fuck? I'm not fixing your damn chocolate bars. Like,
yeah, because you're not a fan of him, but he's the biggest
even
YouTuber.
if I was a fucking fan of him, like that's just weird. He's the biggest YouTuber. Why does it matter? People are gonna buy it anyway. This is pretentious to me.
That's what everyone was saying is pretentious, but like, why can't he, like his product, he wants it to sell. He wants it to do well. So why can't he use his audience to be like, hey, if you want to help me out. Also,
if you want to help me make more money.
No, that's what everyone says. Mr. Beast is one of the most philanthropic.
I have no problem with that. I'm just saying I don't know. It's just a weird thing to ask with no incentive. Like
it's called just doing a good thing. He literally always says this. He's like, when I die, he's like, my goal is to have no money my entire life. Like
I know what
makes so much money.
And I really like that.
And he's like, as long as I have a house, he doesn't buy cars. He doesn't buy any of this stuff. He will be a billionaire, if not already a billionaire.
Well, he takes all of his money and puts it right back into his content. So it's not like he's making billions.
His content, and then also in like every single one of his videos, the whole purpose is giving out money.
I know. And I really, really
also
like
Team
that.
Trees. Do you know about Team Trees? He started a foundation. It's called Team Trees, and for every like $1 that's donated, he like doubles it or whatever, something like that. And they've planted like hundreds of millions of trees. It's like one of the biggest. And he has like an ocean cleanup philanthropy, whatever.
Yeah.
He literally gives away all his money. And you know what he said? Actually, this is really interesting. He said he wants to run for president one day because money is not an incentive for him. Because if he can live this life of basically being a billionaire and giving out everything he has, when he runs, it's not for money. He can't be paid off. Everything he's doing is for the greater good.
Really, really like that. I do really, really like that.
So you can't clean up his aisle, bro? Also, like you're telling me, okay, let's say
don't say it. I know who you're gonna say. I know you're gonna say Drake. No.
All right, let's say Drake has a product and literally you're just walking by in Walmart and it's like knocked over.
I swear to God, I will never simp so hard for a billionaire that I fucking fix their product in Walmart. Be serious.
All right, but
I'm not gonna be like,
but Drake,
I'm helping him
because it goes all the way. But
what are you talking about?
Someone who's literally living to help people.
Drake is not living to give. First of all, I know that.
Right, but that's why I'm saying it's different. I don't know really a comparison.
Okay. Everyone really like a lot would
doesn't give,
bro. Listen, Drake is a touchy subject right now. Like I'm about to like denounce the alliances. It's on a
denounce the alliances.
I'm about to denounce the alliances. I'm like, he's
wait, why? Because he likes little girls?
Yes.
There's one little girl.
No, it's multiple little girls, supposedly.
Delete that.
Can you redact this? I'm sweating already. We can't be canceled 4 episodes in.
No, I get it.
Actually, I'm not defending him. So, moving forward, I don't understand that. Like, I don't think I'm doing him a good thing by fixing his fucking chocolate bars. Like, if he asked me to come back, and if he asked me to, like, I don't know, dude. I saw it and I was like, this is fucking cringe. Like, I don't know.
But he's using his audience, the people that actually follow him, to fix his what is cringe about it?
Well, when you say it like that, like, I don't think it's cringe, but like, I'm allowed to have a first reaction to something and be like, eh. But like, people, I will say, I do not agree with people that are like outraged by it and they're like just mad enough to like comment on it. But I just like, I was like, this is kind of cringy.
We talked about this in an episode that we deleted, or we like didn't edit or whatever, or like we didn't record, whatever happened. But
now Mr. Beast, whatever happened.
Mr. Beast, he released a video called "Healing 1,000 Blind People," and he literally gave 1,000 blind people eyesight.
Yes.
With the surgery, which is apparently like a 10-minute procedure that costs a lot of money.
It's incredible.
And apparently 50% of blindness can be healed through this procedure.
Right.
So he healed 1,000 people, ranging from like older people to like kids that have never seen before out of one eye or whatever. And people still had a problem with him then because, you're taking advantage of these people for views. He gave 1,000 people sight, which is arguably the most important sense.
Here's my thing, right?
Changes someone's life.
In my opinion, he's always going to get hate.
Now they can get jobs.
Dude, I'm on your fucking side. So let me speak.
Okay.
He literally, to me, like, people get so morally outraged about the most insane things. Like, for me, this is not something to get morally outraged by. Like, I just don't understand. I think it's weird when people like film like giving food to homeless people and they're like, I think that's weird. It's like a show pony that you're like showing off. That is weird. Like, it depends. You can do it tastefully, but like, if you're just like, oh, I did one good thing, here I go, that is weird.
Okay, but here's the thing.
I don't think that this is the same thing though.
What is there more online right now? Is there more people like giving things, giving to the homeless or whatever for views, or is there more people talking badly about people
there is more of that. I agree.
Divisiveness, all this stuff.
Ultimately,
so if someone is contributing to the world, even if it's for selfish, even if it's for views, you gave a homeless person $20, that's going to help them a lot.
I'm literally about to agree with you again.
Okay.
Ultimately, like, it comes down to the argument that you're going to have is like, okay, does it matter? Like, does intention matter behind what you do if what you do is good anyway? Like, does it matter if you're doing it for views or not? Like, if you're doing a good thing anyway? Like, that is one of the arguments. And like, I don't know, for me, like, intention does matter, but at the same time, like, if you're helping 1,000 fucking people see, like, they're not mad about it, whatever. Like, but again, for me, it's like, there is a way to do it and still respect the person that like needed your help. Like, the pride is a thing. Human beings have pride, right? Like, I don't want to feel like I'm a show pony for you. Like, I'm, a pitiful person. You're like, I don't want to feel your pity kind of thing.
Right. But do you think those people that were like given eyesight?
No, I think they're fine with it.
Right.
I think that, again, people on Twitter specifically just want to be outraged at every single thing. It's fine to critique things. It's fine to be critical of things because it makes you a better person, makes you grow. It's the same thing. Like, if you want to be critical of your country, it's great. Like, you want to make them grow. You want to make them better. You can be critical, but also recognize that it's a good thing. Yes.
What I think about is that, what are you putting into the world, a net positive or a net negative? So
that's fair.
So let's say you give $20 to a homeless person without cameras. You just do it. That's probably, let's just say like 20 points positive, right? Let's just say now you film it. So maybe 20 points positive and five down. You're still, it's a net positive to the world. And so that's what I think. If they're just doing it for views, cool. But 1,000 people see it and they're like, oh, maybe I should do that. Maybe someone else does it.
It's great.
Right.
It is. But again, it depends on how you depict this person.
Yes.
Like, it really does. Like, if you're showing their whole fucking face in it, kind of, no, like, don't do that. Two, again, if you're like acting like it's the greatest thing ever, like, I don't even know if that's like the right comparison. It's just, it really just depends on how you do it. Like, I don't have the answers for like what makes that good, what makes it bad. I think Mr. Beast, like, curing eyesight for a ton of people, even if it's just clickbait, is still cool enough that it brings attention to the fact that, like, this is a surgery that can make 50% of blind people see. And the only thing holding those people from eyesight is money.
Yeah.
That is something that needs to be worth talking about.
Right.
Are you freaking kidding me? Money is the only reason these people can't see for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
That shouldn't even be, to me, medical, like, To me, medicine is a right, not a privilege. It should not be something that is privatized at all. Medicine should not be privatized. You should not be able to profit on medicine. So again, I'm pro like curing all these people. Now that more people see it, that it's this easy, more people will be inclined to do it. Now I'm sure, I don't know the like specifics, but I'm sure he has some sort of like organization set up for like blind people or something. Like I know he's donating money to something.
He
like
has
visual.
so many organizations.
I know.
So many.
And every video he like either opens up a new like organization or he donates to one. So I know it's a really big net positive. I think it's fine to like criticize the way people do it or be critical of in order for them to like just to make anything better. It's fine to be critical, but people that are like morally outraged by it, go fucking cure 1,000 people's blindness.
That's exactly
like,
what I'm saying.
up.
It's like what are you doing that's so great? Like that's the thing.
Dude,
but at the end of the day, again, I think his videos get 40 to 50 million views. You know how many people see that and like, wow, I want to do something to affect someone's life like that. Like
even if it's
just
small,
it adds
it's
up
a big
for sure.
thing. And again, like I hated Twitter for a while. I got off Twitter for a while because it's so insane how comfortable people are saying the most like ludicrous shit.
Yeah.
Because they're behind a screen.
One more question for you last question to wrap it up because we've been filming for a while. But do you think that do you think that the internet has made people so much more like angry or trying to like point people out? Or do you think that it's just given everyone has always thought this way, but it's just given every single person a voice?
I think it's a loaded question and maybe like my ideas will change on it. I don't know. I haven't put much thought to it, but I think that because you're hidden behind the screen, I think everyone has like dark thoughts and like, you know, we're human, like intrusive thoughts, bad thoughts. Like I think we have those. I just think like we've never had the ability to act on them the way that we do now with the internet. And now that we're hidden behind a screen and like, it doesn't even seem real to you. You don't see that person's reaction. You don't see the effect it has on that person. So you can say whatever you want. Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think there has always been like the crazy extremists that like are always negative or always whatever, or always have to say something now. And also now, since there's so much negativity, it almost gives everyone validation. That is what I was going to say. Right. I was going to say, because so many people are doing it, you have like a community, like you just like bandwagon it. You're like, whatever. And like you add your fuel to the fire kind of thing. Like, I think in general, like if that person that whatever you're saying to them is sitting right in front of you, you would never be bold enough to say it that way. Or say anything like that. And that's what every YouTuber says always. They're like, I get so much hate online, but in person, no one has ever come up to me and been like, oh, you do this. They always say, oh, can I get a picture? I love your content.
Because unless you're like a really fucking bad person, like there's no reason to like say that to somebody else.
100%. Moral of the story, be a net positive.
Be fucking good. Okay. Just because you can't see that person online doesn't mean that person isn't a person. Like how would you like it in reverse? I don't know. And also stop taking everything so fucking seriously. Like calm down. I'm gonna get canceled.
Yeah, the buzzballs are getting to you.
I know. I'm getting angry. Oh, I'm sweating.
All right, guys. That was episode 5. Sorry for all the interruptions. We'll get better at it eventually.
Sandra will get better at it eventually. I've been great.
All right.
I said I wasn't gonna have imposter syndrome. I'm battling it.
All right. We'll see you guys next week. We're not gonna miss a single week this year.
Peace.
Bye. Oh, that was good. Honestly, we ended up